Hi, I'm Patrick Tuttle, the real estate guy with Coldwell Banker Heritage and Legacy Management Services with your market update for residential real estate in El Paso, Texas for November sales and December active inventory. And I'll be right back with your report. All right, so here we are back with the report, and we again are looking at the November sales and we're looking at the December active inventory. And we always start off with our Resale Homes report. Here's what's going on in the marketplace. Now, this is our beautiful little graph, and what you can see with the red and the green line is that they're coming a little bit further apart, especially as you look towards the end. We've got the sales have dropped a little bit more for the month of November. Going back years, it was 2013 was the last time that we had as few number of sales in November as what we've had in November of 2023. So about 10 years ago. And here's what the numbers are. Down 7.7% year over year from 415 to 383 sales. Months of inventory is up 71% year over year, up to 2.52 months of inventory. Resale homes only, nothing to do with our new homes. And the average price is up 4.6% to $275,727. Average size home is down 4.2% year over year. 1,857 square feet is what you would get. Anywhere from a 3-bedroom with a couple of living rooms, or maybe it's a 4-bedroom with 1 living room. Decent size homes out there. And price per square foot is up 6.1% year over year to $145.12. That's almost double of what I started with 22 years ago. I can remember thinking, wow, $75 a square foot, and thinking that that was expensive way back then, and now we're at $145 a square foot. Now, they're much nicer homes today than what we were dealing with back then, and it's just price per square foot's a number that we just use. It doesn't really translate that well. Days on market, however, does, because that tells us what's going on with the marketplace with supply and demand. It's up to 66 days this year, whereas last year it was 53 days, and that's indicative of the market having more choice for the buyers to be able to select from, and they're taking a little bit longer to make their selections, and we're not getting the multiples of multiple offers in the first weekend of being on the market. So overall, a decent report, but again, going back to 2013 was the last time we saw numbers like this from the volume of sales, but certainly the prices are continuing to rise here in El Paso, and it seems like the sellers are still like in 2021 market, and the buyers are dropping down into that 2016, 2017 market and wanting to get some prices on some deals on it. Now, on to our new homes market. This is where the opportunity really lies, because there are a lot of new homes that are available. So if you see the inventory line, that's the green line, it's still on an upward trajectory, just slightly, and the sales have been pretty much flat. So here's what the numbers are. We went down 6.1% year over year. We only sold 155 homes in the month of November. Inventory is up 8.6% year over year. Now we're at about 7.5 months of inventory. And again, take that number and cut it in half. Not all those homes are ready to be delivered as of today. Probably about half of them, so somewhere in the range of about 600-700 homes out in the marketplace that are available for people to move in immediately. Average price is up almost 10%, 9.4% is what it is, and we're at $331,230 in the marketplace, and the average size is down. Shrinkflation again hitting that. We're at 1,885 square feet for a new home. Price per square foot, almost $170. It's $168.95. That was the average, and that'll get you some nice appliances, granite countertops, obviously refrigerated air. We've got some really, really cool features in the new homes these days, and that is reflected throughout that price. Days on market, 161 compared to 136 last year. Again, it's taken people longer to make those decisions, and then when we look at the interest rates here in just a minute, people are thinking that interest rate through as they continue to buy. Now, speaking of interest rates, we dropped into the 6s And for a 30-year average, we were at 6.905 according to Zillow. That's where this chart came from. So we did drop down into the sixes, and they've been there for a couple of weeks. Whether that's going to change as we get into January, well, that's all up to the Fed and to the bond market to see how those two things work out together. Will the Fed drop the overnight lending rate, which then will translate into a lower rate for the mortgages? Possibly, probably. Predictions are that we'll see 6, maybe 7 rate changes in 2024. That's not my prediction. Those are from the high-end prognosticators with the PhDs at the end of their names, people that are really smart and do data really, really well. Now, mortgage rates trend, 5-year ARM 7.962, really high. Don't know why anybody would do a 5-year ARM at this point when you can get a 15-year fixed closer to 6% or a 30-year fixed up there closer to the 6.75 to 7% range. And from the index returns, well, the stock market did okay. Over the past month, we were at 8.92% return on investment over the S&P 500 and 8 on the Dow Jones Industrial, S&P Mid-Cap 8.33, and almost 8% on the small Mid-Cap 600 as well. So the stock market has changed a little bit, and that has something to do with the bond rates and people taking money out of the bond market and putting it into the stock market. It's just trading dollars somewhere here, there, and another to make up some kind of money here and there. Unemployment rate here in El Paso is on a downward trend. That's probably mostly seasonal because we see the job market, the unemployment rate goes down as people are hiring the temporary workers in retail fields and things like that. But the good news is we've got great jobs coming here into El Paso. There's a couple of really cool features coming on over in Northeast El Paso if that deal is done. I'll tell you more about that in the future, but this one plant, 1,000 jobs, that's big. And that means that unemployment number will go down and our wages will go up, which will create some pressure on the house prices. Right now, they're pretty good when you look at it from a blanket across the United States. Here in El Paso, it's still looking a little high. Now, this is the big thing that we're looking at is the appreciation rates. This is our Federal Housing Finance Agency appreciation rate. If you look down here at the bottom, you'll see that out of the last 4 months, we've got red numbers. That means that at 3 out of the last 4 quarters, we've got red numbers where the appreciation was negative here in El Paso. Now, for the year, we're at 5.56% appreciation, but for quarter 3, we did drop down, and then we were at a negative 1.86% appreciation. Overall, it's still a positive number, 5.56%. So it appears as though the prices have stabilized a little bit and the appreciation's not there, even though we're still at 5.56 for the year. That has to do a lot with the fact that we had 7.82% in quarter 2 of 2023. This is what it looks like from an annual basis on the candlestick graph right there. We're at 5.56% appreciation so far in 2023. And then our friends up in Las Cruces are seeing even more appreciation where they've had 3 positive quarters out of the last 4. Their only negative was quarter 2 in 2023, and they are sitting on a 7.8% appreciation year over year, and that's what it looks like on the candlestick graph. Now, our 3 key takeaways for the month of November sales report. Number 1, even though the FHFA charts show that we're still in an appreciating market, it appears as though the prices have stabilized, and that's because of the fact that we had a negative appreciation in quarter 3 2023. We had a negative appreciation rate, so it appears as though the prices are starting to stabilize and the buyers are back asking for concessions from the sellers. Number 2, what did I do? Don't know. There we go. Hey, all sorts of little buttons on this little thing, and I just pushed the wrong one. Sales continue to slide even though mortgage rates are below 7. 383 sales for resale homes in the month of November. That's not great. There are a lot of sellers that are out there wishing that they were one of those 383 homes that sold. And number 3, new home builders are continuing to offer big incentives. In fact, they're buying down. Last month I reported rates as low as 5.25%. They've dropped them a half a point for FHA and VA this month, and they're selling homes with a buy down at 4.75% for FHA and VA loans. And that, my friends, is our market report for December 2023, looking at the sales in November. Thanks for watching, and if I can be of service to you, please call me. 915-588-1850 is my number. You can shoot me on the web, patrick.tuttle@coldwellbanker.com, here on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you might be seeing this report, and I'll be happy to respond to you. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Merry Christmas, and make it a great day. Bye-bye.